In other news, an entire natural habitat in Israel, the only one of its kind on the planet, now under existential threat. The underground cave, cut off from the rest of the world for over 5 million years, housing an incredibly unique and diverse ecosystem. But it could all be destroyed in a heartbeat if pending floodwater management plans are allowed to continue. Here to discuss, Chief Scientist with the Israel Nature and Parks Authority, Dr. Yehoshua Shkedy. Dr. Shkedy, thank you so much for being with us. Now, first off, what can you tell us about this ecosystem? Where exactly is it, and what makes it so unique?
Well, this ecosystem is in the middle of Israel, just between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, next to the main road. It is underground. It is very unique because the primary production, like usually what we see what plants are doing, when they are taking CO2 from the air and converting it into sugars, using daylight, this ecosystem depends on energy that is coming from inside the earth, from sulfur ions, sulfides, that gives energy to the system and make what we call chemosynthesis. Chemosynthesis meaning you're doing the synthesis of sugar without daylight. That's why it is so unique. It is underground. It was covered for 5 million years and maybe more. And it was opened up just when the mine just opened a hole in the ecosystem that threatened it. And now there is another threat to the cave.
Well, so as I understand it, having been cut off from sunlight for so long, we have creatures that are translucent or clear, colorless, or often blind. What kinds of creatures call this cave home, and what have we or can we learn from them and from this site, really?
The creatures that live there, of course, the creatures that do not see daylight in their life, meaning if you have there scorpions or small crabs, they do not have eyes, or their eyes do not see, because they live in complete darkness, and they cannot use eyes for nothing. More than that, they lost the colors, so they are all whitish, very pale, and they are really different from everything we know above ground. We can learn from that. It cannot serve us in a kind of ecosystem services, but just knowing that the system is there, just knowing that the amount of creatures that live there are so unique, it's for me, it's amazing and wonderful.
So what happens if this ecosystem is destroyed? What are the ultimate ramifications of that, if there are ramifications that extend beyond the destruction of the ecosystem itself?
I cannot answer that. I think if you have an ecosystem like that, it is huge. It is unique on the international level. Nothing else is there. I think this is enough to protect it. I believe this is enough to protect it, and that's what we're doing.
So I understand that you're looking to establish the site as a protected nature reserve. Are you making progress in that front?
Yes, it is not as fast as I want it to be, but yes, there are plans to make it a nature reserve, even though no people will come there for a visit, because if we were coming there for a visit, we bringing with us all kind of pests into the cave, and we're bringing light, and we're bringing oxygen, and we're changing the ecosystem. So we are creating a nature reserve that nobody is going to enter except some scientists, and while we're doing monitoring, and nothing else will go there. Yes, that's the goal, to make a nature reserve which will be closed forever for 99.99999% of humans on Earth.
All right, well, I know that in addition to that, you've also provided the government with some alternatives for how to deal with the rainwater. So I wish you good luck.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Shkedy, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. Thank you.